everybody, and welcome to this edition of Whiskey at Work with Rob and Kelsey and me, Mark Houston. We're
very disheartened, Rob.
We're all so happy
Rob's pouting.
to be back in front of the camera today. What have you guys been doing over the past couple of weeks? We didn't get a chance to do one of these last week, so
Well,
just
we
been
tried,
busy?
except
Yeah.
Concussion Girl was still down for the count.
I was not.
Were you really busy last week that you couldn't do, or could you just not do it if I wasn't here? Because that would really make me feel good.
No, that was going to be the fun part of it.
Right. We actually had a whole thing worked out, and then
I had a cutout of your head.
I still
It was
had
awesome.
a migraine.
That-
I was not a normal person.
That's what I thought, right there.
It's weird because
Just-
normally my migraine is worse when you're around. But
Oh, thanks, you guys. Oh, what did I do? Glad you asked. I appreciate that.
oh God, tell
let's
us about your
see.
vacation.
When I was sitting in a small cafe along the riverside.
No, I was stayed in the United States this time. But I went to Lynchburg,
peasant.
Tennessee. Yeah, exactly.
And brought home this.
We're gonna get to this in a second. It was my first ever trip down there. You've been down there before. You have too, though, haven't you? You've never been to Lynchburg. I thought
I've
you've
never been.
taken the trip either.
It's been years, but yes, I've been down there.
Yeah, I was just amazed at the whole thing. The tour, the everything. It is.
Jack Daniels is the Walt Disney World of whiskey.
They really are.
They really get it.
They understand the brand that they are.
And yet you brought this back.
And
with
it
you.
shows when you're down there. Went to a couple other distilleries too. The shirt I'm wearing is Dueling Grounds Distillery. I don't know how to pronounce.
I was just gonna
Can you pronounce
ask
that?
you. No, Lincoln
Why
Pitch?
is it not Lincoln Pit?
It has to be Lincoln Pitch.
Well, it should be. I don't know. I didn't ask the guy. I just
That
like the
Sounds
shirt.
like
Scotch.
an
I bought
insult.
It's not some
you
weird-
Lincoln Pinch.
It's not some weird Scotch name. It's
No,
probably
it's a-
pronounced just like it looks.
Lincoln Pinch.
it. Yeah, I like the shirt and I like the name. They had ones that had the guns on them. The pew pew. I didn't get that one though.
Why?
I know. Well, they were on the back.
You know how I like
And I know how you like to do the guns.
That is my cover photo on my Facebook page now. You two.
Is it really?
doing this last
oh,
time,
I
man.
laughed so hard.
And me looking at you much like this.
So annoyed, and us just like thinking we're so funny.
We are so.
Yeah, we
funny.
are so funny.
And Rob is kind of right. I was down in the heart of bourbon country. I mean, I was in Kentucky and I was in Tennessee, where the best whiskey in the world is made. Okay,
my hatred from you
There's
is
no doubt
oozing.
about it. But while I was down there, it's so overwhelming. I mean, if you go any place to something that you're passionate about and that you enjoy, you just kind of become. You don't know which way to turn because everything is wonderful,
Yeah,
right?
but then don't you buy more
Well-
and not less? I mean,
I
seriously.
don't, I guess, because I don't know what to do. I just get too excited, and then I just
You just
There's
panic.
a whole TED talk on how people are overwhelmed with all the options we've given them in the marketplace.
that's
what happened
yep,
to you, I
that
think.
is 100% accurate because the places I went and the bourbons and whiskeys that I saw was where do you start? Because
With
you're like
the bourbon.
well, of course, with the bourbon.
No, I think you did it just right. I'm very happy with what you returned with.
So I was in a liquor store that was just south of Nashville that was recommended to me by Dan Bruner of Timmins Market. He knows.
I don't think this is what Dan thought you were going to bring back.
No, I'm sure he didn't.
Again, Dan,
Although,
bourbon guy.
when I posted this on the social media, the first thing he said was, "You've got to mix it with Screwball." That was the
Yeah,
first,
I mean,
the
we
first thought out
should
of his head.
have.
Okay, so I was in this liquor store, and they had this counter of 30 different bourbons that you could sample before you purchased, which I thought was really
this
cool.
is the one you
Super
picked.
cool.
And we got to talking about Screwball, the peanut butter whiskey, and he goes, "Hey, wait, hold on." And he reaches behind the counter and he grabs a bottle of this and he says, "Try this or smell it." I took the lid off, smelled it, and I'm like, "Holy crap, that smells like bananas." I said, "Is that banana whiskey?" He's like, "Absolutely. That's 100% what it is." And so then I turned around behind the counter and I said, "I'll take 3 of these, please." and I was ready to
And
go.
came back home.
And sent me pictures of it
And I've never seen a more disappointed look on a person's face
via text.
via text. And then when I got back here, then Rob, when he knew that I had purchased this for real. Okay. But
Still drinking it, apparently.
yeah, I
so-
know you are.
It's
Okay.
fantastic.
But what's interesting on the bottle, okay, is what it says. Kentucky Straight Bourbon. All right? With natural banana flavoring, right? Now, the reason why I think it's interesting is because most of the flavored whiskeys that we have tried, the Screwball, any of the Jacks, the Fire, the Honey, the Apple, the Crown Apple, I believe, too.
They all come in at 70.
They all come in at 70 proof. This is the only flavored whiskey I've ever seen at 80. I couldn't find anywhere online, where it said why they would do it that way.
That might be a good question for Jeff as to why they bring theirs down to 70 to begin with.
Right. Why are most of the flavored whiskeys brought down by...
Frances doesn't like it either.
Frances, well, she hasn't tried it yet. Come here, girl. Come here.
No, we don't give Frances.
We don't give her
No.
liquor. Okay.
She can
Doesn't
only
even
have...
like bananas.
We have a beautiful bulldog in the room with us today, as a matter of fact.
Who only likes light beer.
Yeah. That's... don't ruin it for me. I really like Frances.
Does not. She would
Oh, she likes the heavy stuff? Budweiser.
Look at her.
What is Frances'
PBR.
favorite thing? Her favorite thing. Frances is Kelsey's
Pizza-
dog, by the way.
Pizza delivery people, without a doubt. She gets overwhelmed. She tries to bring them in the house. She gets
Shows them around.
Oh, she
She's
does.
like, "This is where I sleep.
She
This
dances
is-"
around them. She's like, "Come in. I'm so glad you're here."
Oh, it's so awesome having a dog around the studio, though. It really does.
It's good
lower
for
your...
office
It
morale.
is, absolutely. Okay, so
Works
anyway.
as hard as a lot of them, too.
Wow, Rob, you really do hate the whiskey and the people you work with. Anyway, this is... I knew Kelsey was going to like it. Okay,
Yeah, I'm
obviously,
super excited.
I was
Why
pretty sure
is
I
it
was
that
gonna
I
like
hate
it.
it and it's gone?
You know, and maybe that's the question. Why? What is your aversion to
You want to hate it.
flavored whiskeys? Have you ever found?
You
I
don't
mean,
wanna
one
drink
that's
banana whiskey. Don't need your peanut butter.
I just don't think it needs it.
But isn't it? But well,
It's fun. It's different.
you know, your
It's
house
banana.
doesn't need a fun cone of paint either. But you do
Well,
it.
it does if you wanna
because
keep
it
the rain
needs,
off
You
a
know,
little.
because it looks nice and it's different and it's. I'm not saying you have to drink it all the time, but he did. He brought it. He brought in his own whiskey to finish this off, didn't he? He knew he was going to do that too.
Also from Kentucky, Maker's Mark.
But yeah,
I love
it's
it. I'm all about it.
It
You just have an
It's-
aversion
it's-
to fun.
that may have been said on more than one occasion.
on his honeymoon night.
No, that kind of fun I really enjoy, honey. Don't let him kid you there. I really just don't think it needs it. You know, a good bourbon doesn't need the gimmick. And it's fine. It's a very sweet, very banana alternative to good whiskey.
It tastes exactly like banana Laffy Taffy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no.
Which is perfect.
Yeah, it is. That flavor is great. Again, you're not going to drink this
Real
every day.
Artificial banana. It's
Yes.
gonna get you a little drunk. It's
Yeah.
Well, I would like to know a
get you a
little
lot
bit more
drunk. It
about
is.
it.
You're really drunk, actually. I'd be careful with this.
Sure.
I'd be interested to know how is it a Kentucky Straight Bourbon before they add the banana?
Yeah.
Because technically you can't add flavoring or coloring to
Right.
a bourbon and
Right.
and still be a Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
And we've
right?
talked to experts about that, about even how they have to relabel. You know, like Jack Daniel's has to have it's a different verbiage on their flavor.
on their flavored stuff.
Okay.
Right? Because that's not bottled at 80 proof either.
Right,
So that's
exactly.
a
How
completely
did Howler
different
get
deal.
away with it?
That's a good question, and that's what we need to find out.
Well,
That's
I do
the
wonder if
mission.
it's. I'm sorry, I'm tripping all over you. I do wonder if it's a Kentucky Straight Bourbon with banana added.
Okay.
And maybe that's what allows them to put Kentucky Straight Bourbon on the label to begin with. I don't know. That'd be a question for somebody.
Well,
smarter
then,
than me.
if you're watching this and you may know the answer, please let us know in the comments below. That would be fantastic. You know, we've never pretended to be experts at any of this.
No, and we're not going to bother to Google anything.
Yeah.
We're just going to sit here and drink and speculate, and hopefully someone will tell us the truth.
Because, you know, we're at work and we got a lot to do yet today, so we don't have time for anything like that.
We have time to drink it. We just don't have time to really tell you anything
right.
about it.
But two out of the
Camera
three
guy
of
is
us,
looking it up right now.
yeah, two out of the three of
Camera
us.
guy's on the floor playing with the bulldog. He hasn't been
thoroughly-
looking in the camera for this whole video.
I don't know. That dog ain't got a lot of play in it.
Well, I knew that
tired.
that two of us would like it, and that's what it comes down to. And I would, if I could find it up here in Rapid City, I would definitely buy a bottle.
Yeah.
I think it was only around $30 to $35 for a bottle of that, so comparable to any of the other flavored whiskeys. But if you ever come across, if you're a banana fan at all, banana is my absolute favorite food and flavoring, and I think it's pretty close with you too.
I love
banana stuff. Rob, what's your favorite food, Rob? Right now,
Banana,
gun to your head.
yes.
Well, I wouldn't say bananas are my favorite food, but
Well, yeah, that is a little weird. I wouldn't.
No, I
necessarily
love it
put-
as my favorite food.
No, that's aggressive. It makes me
it's
feel like you
all
haven't tried
starting
enough
to
food.
come together, folks.
What do you like, Rob? Quick, favorite food.
My favorite food? I don't know. I like a big juicy steak.
That's why he doesn't like flavored whiskey, everybody. That answers the question right there. Rob's a big, juicy steak guy.
Tacos. Tacos are the best.
Tacos? Well,
Yes.
Tacos and a
I've
banana.
never met a taco that I didn't
Together.
like.
Banana taco.
A banana right there in the tortilla shell, surrounded by peanut butter.
Ew. Actually, you know what?
Oh, you've never done
I've
that on a
that.
campfire?
That's, yeah,
Well,
I have
that's
done that.
that's poor college food right there. That's when
Yeah.
you're poor in college. And
Yeah.
that's what
You take a
get.
banana, you
that.
make a s'more, you open it up, and you put chocolate and marshmallows, and you wrap it back.
Oh,
up
and you
with
put it in the
aluminum
tinfoil, put it in the
and
fire?
put it back on the fire.
It's delicious. You guys
It
have
is
to do that
delicious.
I
sometime.
don't go outside.
It's
enough to
also
try those.
not the flavor of a whiskey.
All right.
Well, I know you want, yeah.
No.
Howler head is what it's referred to, or what it's called. What it's referred to. Howler head.
That's mainly because that's its name.
Is what it's called, and we would really like you to, if you ever find it, try it. Let us know what you think. We love it. Francis,
Francis, shut up.
we're gonna take care
We're
of
in the
you
middle
in a
of
sec
something.
here, okay?
Kelsey's going to give you dinner.
Anyway,
Mom's having a drink. Be quiet.
Want to thank
Go outside
Timmons
and
Market for being a sponsor of this as well, guys. Dan, Ryan, if you guys can bring up some Howler head, that'd be fantastic.
Still the bourbon guy, Dan.
Kelsey and I will be there to buy it. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
we will.
Stay
All right.
tuned for next week's version of flavored whiskey at work.
I'm going to find one. Don't be a
I
smartass.
know.
Okay. All right. And please remember that Mountain West Whiskey Festival is fast approaching. It's going to be here March 7th. There are tickets available that are platinum, VIP, general admission. I know. Are you excited about the platinum too? There's only a couple tickets left. Are you going to get them? Okay, good. You go buy some. Oh, scritches. Okay, you can get them at mountainwestwhiskeyfestival.com, and we hope to see you there. If I can talk Dan and Ryan to bringing up some Howler head, we're going to have it there. I
It's
know,
awesome.
it's delicious.
It's worth a try.
All right, where can we be found
You
other
can
than
find
this?
us. You can find us at Whiskey at Work, Whiskey without the E on Instagram, and Whiskey at Work, Whiskey with the E on Facebook.
And find Francis's Instagram at, you guys got to set one
Oh,
up for
yeah,
her. Do you have
that's
one?
coming.
Okay, good. We'll have Francis's Instagram soon.
Great idea.
All right, thanks so much
I'll have
for
2 or
watching.
3 more of these and start my dog's Instagram page.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, have a good week.
Francis, you are being very aggressive right now.
Francis, you were
What
funny.
are you honking about?